Welcome everybody to Rethink Gaming Sunday Night RPGs featuring Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, played through Discord and Fantasy Grounds. Thanks as always to Sirenscape for the amazing atmosphere and music. Make sure you check them out at sirenscape.com. You've just got to be using it at your gaming table. Let's begin. So everybody has talked through their characters last time, and we all know one another, at least loosely. We happen to
Icewind
be...
Dale has become trapped in perpetual winter.
Hold on. I'll play that,
Ferocious
but I didn't want to play that right now.
pass through the spine of
Fun. It's like I want the background sound, but not the... That's fine. We'll do this one. All right. So we're currently in the inn, the Northlook Inn and Tavern in Bryn Shander. It's dark. It's cold. It never truly gets brighter than twilight, and it hasn't now for a couple of years here in the land known as Icewind Dale in the area of 10 towns. You guys have been scraping out a living as best you can, but there's an impending sense that it's time someone did something about this. That is super loud. We're going to let Sirenscape read the box text. So here it goes.
Icewind Dale has become trapped in perpetual winter. Ferocious blizzards make the mountain pass through the spine of the world exceedingly treacherous. And this land has not felt the warmth of the sun in over 2 years. In fact, the sun no longer appears above the mountains, not even in what should be the height of summer. In this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign as king and queen. Most Dale residents blame Auril the Frostmaiden, the god of winter's wrath. The shimmering aurora that weaves across the sky each night is said to be her doing, a potent spell that keeps the sun at bay. Dale folk live in a scattering of settlements known as 10 towns. The drop-off in caravans coming from the south and travel between settlements in this never-ending winter has left everyone feeling isolated. Although each town has resolved to appease the Frostmaiden with sacrifices of one kind or another, no respite from winter's fury seems forthcoming. For adventurers such as yourselves, 10 Towns is a place to test one's mettle and, in the spirit of heroes who have come before, leave one's mark on this frigid, blighted land.
So you're sitting in the Northlook Inn, gazing up at the stuffed knucklehead trout labeled Old Bitey. And you were just finishing up a conversation about where to go next. You catch an old dwarven woman with her boots up on the table and her back in the corner, giving you a knowing look from across the tavern.
So this is Phil. In my usual bardic way, I'm going to get up, slightly crude, and sashay across the room and sit down and say, "How are you?" Bouncing my eyebrows at her.
Well
look his way.
met.
Just shake my head. Not again.
Well Well met, traveler, she says in a gruff voice.
Philo Jalouche, Phil at your service. My friends and I were wondering, what are you doing in a place like this?
I am a tracker. Hilm is my name.
Kill. Now, isn't that lovely? So, have you tracked anything special recently?
I'm kicking Kazgoth here. Sorry. I heard you talking. You be looking to make a difference? Is that right?
Well, heroes are heroes, the mighty are mighty. We're looking for something to do. And besides, who likes the cold?
Hmm. I've wondered, will summer ever return? But lately I wonder. Whoa. Hello, reverb. Mac, you've got to flip back on ourselves.
Sorry.
Cool. Thanks. um,
Silence, Mackinac.
anyway, so she was saying she was wondering, will summer ever return? But today's question be, who's he gonna kill next?
He who?
I told you I am a tracker. I've been working for the shield dwarves of the valley for longer than you've been alive. And I think I found him. Have you heard the stories of the killer in the dark?
We haven't, but I love a good story.
Well,
I gesture for the group to come over. We're having story time. At the same time, with my left arm, I gesture for the drinks to keep flowing.
I'll head over. Same.
Friends, kill. Kill, friends. Apparently, she's a tracker.
she
All
bows.
but
Oh, hello.
So she says that she's been working with the shield dwarves of the valley, and apparently there's something we just have to hear about.
The killer's victims come only from the 3 towns that sacrifice people to the Frostmaiden on the nights of the new moon. This is what passes for civilized behavior in Icewind Dale. Maybe the victims found a way to keep their names out of the drawings, and Suffolk found the way that they were cheating, so he killed them for that. Maybe, just maybe, he's doing the Frostmaiden's work. He's working for a traveling merchant company called Torgs, operated by a shady dwarf named Torga Icevein. He gets around. He's charming. He makes friends easily, and he's Torga's personal guard, so should be good with a blade.
How shady.
She moves from town to town, buying and selling things that others might not touch. Nothing that we could get the dwarves to directly act against, mind you, but she's not one to be trusted. Not by good folk. She eyes you to see how you respond. I followed Torgs for a 10-day as it moved from town to town. quite the devious little enterprise, but that's not my concern. What struck me is how comfortable Suffolk Cultro looked in the weather. No coat, no scarf, no gloves. It was like the cold couldna touch him. Kiss of the Frostmaiden indeed. She pulls
That's
out
not possible.
she pulls out a sack of coin, drops it on the table so it sort of spills a bit. It's gold. Hunting has given me more gold than it has years left in my bones. This'll be yours. If you find him, find out if I'm right, and deal with him. No authorities involved. Come back here and get your money.
So you said these three towns seem to be sacrificing to Oral, and do you think Porga is tied to that? Is he only traveling to those three towns, or is he going to other towns as well?
The caravan moves through each of the 10 towns in turn. But he
Or was the last
only
scene?
kills. He left Bryn Shander about 3 days last. I didn't follow because I needed the rest.
Do you know where he goes next?
I do not. But they came from Targos, so it's bound to be East Haven.
Taking the east way it is.
Only 3 of the cities are actually killing folk to try and stave off the winter. Bryn Shander, where we be now, East Haven, and Targos. He didn't kill anybody when he was here. Or I could have raised my blade to him then.
Does anyone know when the next new moon is?
The next new moon is about 15 days away.
So it sounds like we have 15 days to worry about the next one.
So with that, business concluded. She asks casually about each of you and where you're from and so forth. Making small talk.
Hello, Jalush. At your service. But you can call me Phil. This here is my friend, Sigger. And I point to the Goliath that's now destroyed a chair that he was sitting on.
Oh.
Over there's our friend Tommen.
Someone's going to ask her in Dwarvish, why is she so caught up in this? You guys hear me?
Yeah, heard you. One sec.
Yep, no worries.
I do speak Dwarvish, for the record.
Yeah, I figured several people would.
Phil and Tomlin understood her reply.
I like this chick. The one over there with the red scales, that's Kozgeth. And next to him, that's Mark the human. Say hello, boys.
Hello.
Hello.
Always so serious. Now, with that sack of coin, I take it you're paying for drinks tonight, correct? Motioning again for the waitress.
You're fortunate that Scramsax owes me a favor. I get a good rate here, she says.
Let's see here. And with that, I'm up on the table with the pan flute in hand, and merriment commences.
All right. Well, the crowd does enjoy it. And your hostess excuses herself to go up to her room.
So while merriment is commencing, I'm going to run a quick check here just to see if there's anybody giving us any kind of dirty looks or anything that we might want to be a little bit aware of. I'll roll a perception just to see if anything's caught my eye over the evening while performing. And nailed that.
So at least one member of the crowd isn't amused by your dancing.
In my party or out of my party?
In your party.
No, nothing
The music-
specific
The
related.
music I understand, the dancing is beyond me.
Make that two.
You do overhear pieces, though, of two different conversations. It seems in Caer Deneville, no one has seen the town speaker for quite a while. Locals say that Speaker Chronic has fallen ill, but sinister figures have been seen entering and leaving the castle at odd hours. Over at another table, there's an argument about Tourmaline, where Speaker Masthew, there's an S in Matthew for some reason, has closed one of the town's lucrative gem mines, apparently due to a gang of kobolds in the mine endangering the miners. Anyone who clears it out can expect to be well compensated because it is, after all, a gem mine.
And that was in which city?
Tourmaline.
And you said Caer Deneville is the city, or is it Caer Konig that's missing its mayor? Speaker.
Deneville.
Bob, as all this is happening, I'd like to, presuming enough time, like it hasn't been too long since our dwarven benefactor has left, I'd like to discreetly follow to her room.
Okay, so the rooms are upstairs above the inn. Pretty simple affair, long hallway, doors on the left, right, and one on the end.
Okay. Was I able to follow close enough to be able to see which one she went into? Or do I just have to knock?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
On the skills tab,
Okay. I see what I need to do.
perception.
Okay.
There's a little die right there. Just double click that guy. it up and drag it into the chat.
I'm struggling. Okay, come on. Okay, I think that finally did it.
Yes,
And
you
boom.
are able to follow her. She takes the second door on the left, closes it behind her.
Okay. I will go and politely knock.
Okay. What is it?
Lady, might I ask you a question or two?
You see her set down a large pot of some kind. It almost looks like a honey jar with a lid. I suppose, but be quick about it.
I have no interest in chatting your ear off, as they say, all evening long. You mentioned that there are some villages that are choosing to sacrifice people to try and end this winter, yes?
Barbaric, but true.
Agreed. Do you know which they are and who might be responsible for stopping such a practice?
Well, stopping it is another matter entirely.
Who has sway in each of those towns that could cause everyone else to see the light?
The speakers. See, the council has agreed that all must sacrifice something to Auril, something to the winter. Some do food, some can only afford to do heat, where they simply don't heat their homes on the midwinter.
Understood. And as there is no end of the winter in sight, it would seem that these gifts are less than. They're not working.
Stupid is what they are, lad. Most human ideas tend to be, no offense, very short sighted.
I have seen plenty.
As I mentioned below, the towns of Brynshender, where you currently stand, East Haven, and Targos. I've been to the others. None of the others are killing people. But they hold a lottery before the new moon in each of those three towns. They draw the name. That person is stripped bare and either tied to a post or walked into the tundra, where they're taken by the cold.
Pointless.
Indeed, but
What
cheating
was
such a thing, that turns a stomach.
True. That is equally reprehensible. Bob, what was the name of that last town again?
Targos.
Targos?
Yeah, here, I'll type them out. 1 second.
Well, lady, as I can see, you are ready to be retired for the evening. I shall leave you to it. Thank you.
Yeah, listen, you want to help me apply my creams? Out you go.
And I will leave.
She drops her drawers just as you get the door closed.
Yikes.
So it's difficult these days to tell what time of day it even is. Mostly, if there's not work to be done, you're inside staying warm. It is, however, darker than normal, which must mean it's night, and most folks are getting ready to bed down. You have an arrangement already stricken up with Scrimsax. He used to be an adventurer himself, and so will let you stay on credit within reason, although he has been known to confiscate pieces of equipment and such for adventurers who don't ever pay. But Phil here some time ago convinced him that you guys are on the path towards setting things right and going to make it big. So he lets you stay in the common room at no charge. If that's what you want to do, or not.
Set up first thing in the morning.
Yes, I will retire for the evening as well.
All right, so you find an empty bench or place to sleep of some kind near the fire and drift off in what passes as sleep in the dale. Because it's always cold and the wind blows pretty much all the time. The bustle of activity tells you that it's morning as people are out and about starting their day. I assume you gather your compatriots and do what?
Drink coffee
Feel
after
for-
the hangover.
And get a feel for what the weather's going to be like.
Let's find out.
So, fellas, it sounds like we had a couple of different things that are open for us. What about what was her name? Kill? What was she saying last night? She wanted us to go see that Porga guy.
What?
Yes, that seems like a good place to start.
We don't know exactly what town he's in, but we know he left here 3 days ago.
Towards East Haven.
Let's see here. If we wanted to, we could deviate north for a little while and stop by and check out that gem mine. I heard that they had to shut it down due to kobolds. That might be a good stop on the way.
If it's on the way, I don't see any reason why not.
It's a
On the way.
minor deviation.
How minor?
Are you looking at the map? We're in Bryn Shander. We would be heading to Termlane on the way to East Haven. It's fairly out of the way, but we could make that work. We could even stop in that Care Dinnerville on the way back, seeing as their speaker's missing.
This guy's literally killing people. And you're after gems?
Well, I just said it was an opportunity. I didn't say what we should do.
Okay, actually, it looks like tomorrow is going to be a relatively warm day with no wind.
Now we move fast. We might be able to catch them before they reach East Haven.
So direct to East Haven, is it? I hear your sense of urgency. Do we want to? Do we
Yes.
want to go after
East
this one
Haven.
first? We have 15 days until the new moon.
Tobin.
Are we all in agreement then?
Wagons east.
Yes.
Okay. You begin the twilight walk through the cold. Whether or not you actually have torches lit is up to you. Doesn't really help that much, but never gets any brighter than this. After traveling for about a half hour, you see three stocky figures bundled in cold weather garb stumbling towards you. They have snowshoes slung over their backs and ice picks fastened to their belts. Two of them have thick beards. The third holds up a gloved hand and says through a thick wool scarf in a raspy voice, "Well met! I'm Herna. These are my friends, Korax and Storn. We need help, and you look capable."
Are these dwarves?
They are.
Then I will greet them and say, "What sort of trouble are you in?"
We're the survivors of a group of dwarves tasked with delivering a sled of iron ingots to Bryn Shander. A yeti surprised us, killed a member of our group. The rest of us fled as the yeti tore Ubbuck limb from limb. Now we need someone to go back and get the sled for us. As payment, we can offer you each a gemstone worth 50 gold pieces. And the friendship of the dwarves of Icewind Dale could be a boon in these harsh times. You'll need snowshoes to make the trip in good time, though.
I don't suppose you have 7 pairs of snowshoes.
They have 3 pairs of snowshoes.
And Sigurd needs biggins.
You're right. Well, group, what do we think?
Far out, are we?
It's the wrong way. They can make it back to town.
Yeah, you're about a half hour out.
It's not a bad idea to go back for the gear. Wouldn't take us that long. The sled should still be there. The Yetis might be gone by the time we get back.
How far out is the sled? Where's the sled at?
It's about 4 miles to the north. To take you
It'll make for a long day to get there and back.
with no snowshoes and no trail to follow. Take you probably 5 hours to go 4 miles. maybe 6. I'm trying to think. It's 3 hours per mile normally. No, 3 miles per hour. No, sorry, 3 miles per hour normally. I don't know, math.
We're gonna get a cart full of iron all the way back.
Well, then, push it. Four dwarves were pushing it before.
Well, if 4 dwarves were pushing it, Sigurd could push it himself.
He does look more than capable.
I say we run back for some snowshoes, make some time, and get this going.
So we'll get it. And then, harness the goat boy here and make him pull it.
Korax does offer to buy your snowshoes for you.
All in
So-
favor? Ayes?
Aye.
It seems a good enough idea, yes.
We'll help these bearded lads.
All right.
Small folk.
Let's
The stout folk. That's the stout folk to you, Sigurd.
let's be Oprah with some snowshoes here. Did that work? Didn't say anything. Inventory. No, it did not work. Okay.
Good.
That did.
Good. You gonna drop them in the party sheet, or should they just appear in inventory?
I've been dragging them to your individual inventories. And I'll even cover the ones who couldn't make it tonight, because I'm a nice DM, and I don't hate you or want to kill you at all. Yet.
Today.
I was waiting for the yet.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody should have some snowshoes. If I missed you, let me know. So, half an hour back, half an hour this way. You are now about hour and a half into your day. You begin trudging through, searching for the lost sled.
Would you like another piece of fish?
Okay, thanks. The wind begins to pick up a little bit as you travel. And your bones start to ache. It's a blizzard for sure.
Find shelter.
Climb in between the layers of Sigur's pelts and just hitch a ride back there where it's warm.
Okay.
Should we keep pressing forward, or should we find a place to hunker down until this passes over.
Well, I wanted to try to see what I could see as far as a place for shelter, but probably not much.
Kind of like my backstory, right? I help travelers get between town to town. So, would I know of a place, or can I do like maybe a survival check to find?
Yeah, survival
No.
check would absolutely be. So you're off road.
I don't know of anything around here, guys.
Yeah, we're like super close to town, so
Well, you're a couple hours from town, actually. The blizzard's
Yeah.
going to catch you if you try to make it back.
Can try and create a shelter very quickly. I don't know. Find an escarpment or something, a cave.
yeah. Is it treed where we are, or open?
There are some trees.
Well, all I've got's bloody hammers, lads. So hope someone brought an axe.
I do have a great axe. Do we want to start a fire?
See if we can build some timber to make some windbreak.
It's picking
All right.
up.
I will hastily try and find a tree that I can both cut down and drag. Do you want dice for that?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
So you do your best
Mhm.
to come up with some shelter from the blizzard. The winds pick up and the snow blows to the point you cannot see beyond 100 feet. And if you were to do any combat right now, you'd be at disadvantage for ranged weapon attack rolls.
I think we don't have any ranged characters in our party at all.
Right? Any perception checks relying on hearing are at disadvantage. The wind will extinguish open flames, disperse fog, erase tracks in the snow, and makes non-magical flying impossible. Eventually, it becomes visibility of 30 feet. Characters without goggles or other eye protection have disadvantage on anything involving sight. And if anybody was concentrating on a spell, you'd be in trouble. Are you going to hunker down throughout the entire blizzard?
So it sounds like I can't even cast Sacred Flame. That wouldn't be possible because of the concentration.
You wouldn't be able to maintain the concentration on it.
It doesn't require concentration.
Then it's fine.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah, concentration spells are at a penalty because of the blizzard. All right, well, if you choose to stay put, the storm will eventually blow over.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any real need to press forward in these horrible conditions.
Anybody want to do anything for the next 7 hours?
Looking cloak, and it looks like the largest, thickest blanket you've ever seen, and I wrap myself in it.
Okay. Well, If anybody has any downtime activities that they think of later, that they were like, oh, could I have been doing? Let me know. But eventually, the sky parts a little bit and returns to its normal overcast dourness. The winds die considerably and the snow stops blowing. You dig yourselves out of a good fresh 12-inch pack and you can resume course.
Beautiful day in the Dale. Brush the snow for myself and start to pack up and head out.
Do a quick sure our party's still.
Yeah, I don't think anybody went missing. If you went missing, hold your hand.
I knock the ice off my horns and shake and get ready to go for the day.
You crest a snow-covered ridge and see a frozen, dismembered corpse in the gully in front of you. Snow covers some of the gory bits, but the headless torso and severed limbs are visible. You see tracks in the snow all around the corpse, and the telltale grooves of a sled that has been hauled away.
Well, this is unexpected.
Are these dwarf bodies?
There is the remains of a dwarf, yes.
But there's just one body, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize the tracks? Are they Yeti?
Make a survival roll. No, these are small humanoids. At least a half dozen of them.
Handful of halflings. I've heard about these.
They are pushing the cart south. They're wearing some kind of snowshoes, but you don't recognize the pattern.
Tillman says a quick prayer to Morden, and then starts to follow the tracks.
All right. Well, as you gain on them, you see the characters you've been following, or creatures you've been following, appear to be goblins based on their stature. All 6 of them groan, grunt, and curse loudly as they haul the bulky sled toward what appears to be a 20-foot tall wagon parked in the snow. Harnessed to this conveyance are 2 roaring polar bears that don't look happy.
Very cool art so far.
Yeah.
So, yeah. As
Well,
you come
shall we-
over the hill, they are pushing the cart about 120 feet in front of you, and the wagon, their destination, is about 120 feet beyond that.
So they're essentially at the halfway point between us and the wagon.
Indeedy.
Nice.
Whoa, what is that about? That's not what I wanted to share at all. There we go. So you can see the 6 of them on the map. And you guys is over here somewhere. And I guess we'll leave the 2 partially involved players in the back. Can everybody see the map with the goblins on it?
Doing lots of scrolling and max and minimizing it. Yeah.
All I see is a W.
Zoom out.
Scroll.
Oh. Let me help you out, bud.
Okay.
The W be that wagon. Well, for some reason it's...
Yeah, mine is super zoomed in. Hooray, remote desktop.
It was the same for me, and I'm on a Mac, so I just had to scroll out to. I use a windowed mode and then use the crosshairs to move the map around within the map.
We roll an initiative. Anybody want to sneak up, or anybody got any? Want to take any advantage? Because I don't think they've seen us yet, have they?
They have not.
Polar
They're-
bears, they might help us out. But there's only 6 of them and they're goblins.
Here's squishy level 1. Let's see how this goes.
We got in it for Sigger. All right, let's cue some get some fighting music here. All right, Mark is up first.
Okay.
This map is still busted.
Yeah, I can't.
Give me a second. Still working on it.
Okay.
If somebody
Let
has
me
the idea.
see. Can I stream? You're gonna want to mute the video or the audio. You see that?
Nope. Right now, my screen is a mostly the W. Oh, there we go. It zoomed out a little bit finally.
Not much.
Oh, that's too much.
Yeah.
Although I can finally.
All right. Well, if that's not useful, I'm gonna stop streaming.
Mark, look at Discord.
Oh, well, I'll do it again then.
Okay, what am I? Let's see.
Ah,
Okay, that is.
so yeah, from you to the nearest goblin is about 90 feet.
Okay, well then I will.
Right, map 6.
So what have we done?
Might be able to
Um,
right click and then view and then zoom to fit.
Yeah, I can't get much of anything to respond to my mouse. Like right now, the little character sheet tab and the combat tracker are both up over top of my map, and I can't get them to disappear. Okay, there they go. Okay, so all right. So are we going after them, or are we trying to move quietly?
I'd say we move closer and close ground before we take our first actions.
Okay, that sounds good to me. So I will.
So, Bob, if we were to advance, how close do we think we could get to those goblins before they actually see us?
That will depend on how well they perceive you, sir. They are busy, and they're cussing at each other and making noise.
So, party, before we take our first action, why don't we as a group move a little closer and see if we can get ourselves within fighting range?
That sounds like a good plan.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
don't let the bard be the first one hit.
Back up, JT. Let's do this in turn here. So, Mark would be first. Do you want to move forward your full speed?
Yes.
All right. So it's 6 squares forward. Right there. Do you want to move another 6, or do you want to ready an action?
Yeah, another 6 is good. I don't mind. I don't mind taking point.
All right, so that's the dash action. 5, 6. Okay. Next on the order would be Tomlin. Your speed is still 30, right?
It's 25 with the plate. Or with
25.
the whatever, not plate.
Okay. Phil?
Right? I'm not going to use all my movement. I'll do a dash, but I'm still going to stay behind the group.
Okay.
So I'll post up right about there.
Pick a square. Pick a square. Kozgath.
Okay. I'm just going to move up with this this group up here,
All right.
and yeah, that's it for me.
Mr. Found.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Double move, and I'm going to take my great axe and beat it across my shield. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, you little green bastards!
Okay.
That's it.
All right. The first goblin looks back, screams something in goblin. I don't know if he speaks goblin. We'll find out. Nope. The second goblin, one in the very back, draws a horn from around his shoulder and blows it. Boo. The third
Over here.
goblin happily lets go of the wagon load and runs back to attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to ready an action to strike anyone who comes within reach. Fourth goblin pulls the wagon. Fifth goblin pulls the wagon. Sixth goblin pulls the wagon. All right. I'm skipping over the non-active players, and so we are back to Mark. We can pilot those characters if we want to, guys, but we'll try without for this encounter. I don't think you'll need them.
Okay, well, I will move in to attack the goblin that has fallen back to try and slow us down.
Okay. So as you close the distance, go ahead. I'll just move you up on there.
Yeah, just that square directly in front of him.
Directly in front of him? Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to use that readied action to attack you.
Okay.
And that missed. So it is still your turn.
Okay. If I can get my character tab to come back. There we go. And okay.
We lost some people on Discord.
Looks like that was Mac dropping off.
Come on.
Trouble there?
It's just being slow and tiny. I can't read. They're so tiny and faint that I can't read what my tabs are on the side of the character sheet, so I'm trying to...
Okay. The very bottom right one is actions. There you go.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I will attack with my longsword.
Take that dice and drag it on the bad guy.
There we go. I saw something happen with the dice, but...
You swung and you missed.
Oh.
I didn't actually see that register over here.
Yeah, like I saw...
Attack 16 Mark. Oh, he attacked Mark. I'm sorry.
I'll do it.
Let's try... Okay, thank you.
You had throw some damage dice on him.
Okay. And so...
Oh, nice.
There it goes.
Didn't see that come through. Would you like me to do it for the damage as well?
Yes, because I don't know what's going on at the moment.
All right. The goblin is wounded. Next up is going to be Tomlin. Tom Min. There's no L in there. Sorry.
Yep. Yep. So we'll walk up and swing a warhammer. That's a miss.
Alrighty. Mr. Phil. All right, saw you move. You're muted if you're speaking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was. Actually, excuse me. Want my movement to here. And from here, I should be in range for goblin number 2.
Yes?
And not that. Cast Vicious Mockery on him.
All right.
If I can get it to drag properly, that'd be great. Am I not close enough?
I wouldn't do that.
Come again?
It would let you cast it even if you were too far. Are you doing the save? Dragging the save dice on him?
Oh, that was a mistake. I'm sorry.
Yeah, spells are weird. All right, he successfully saved.
Well, and even though he saved, I still got to call him a limp-bodied, ignorant. I don't even know what that word is. Lackbeard. So I got to call him that, and I think he heard it.
I'm sure he did.
And for my last movement here, I'm going to toss a little bit of bardic inspiration to my friend Sigger.
All right.
And
Okay. I'm going to park myself right here. And swing at him with my short sword.
Nice. And down
Alright.
he goes.
Take that. Okay, and that's it for me.
Sigurd's going to a rage and charge all these suckers right here. Oh!
Okay. All right. This goblin moves into attack. You missed. Still clearly shook. This one is already within attack range. Also did not hit you. Goblin 5 steps up. Goblin 4 is going to try to move the sled. Five gets a piece of you. Partially resisted. 6 is also going to try to move the sled. Are 2 goblins enough to move the sled? Nope. So they groan ineffectively as they fail to move the sled. And we're back to Mark.
Okay. Well. Okay, if somebody could move me to the topmost goblin.
Right
just
there?
In a straight, yeah, just in the straight line, 5 spaces in front of me.
Right there.
I will let you know as soon as my screen updates. Yep, that'll work. And I will attack him.
All right, let me handle that for you.
Yeah, that would be great.
Hey, it's a crit.
Sweet.
Nice.
And poof.
Nice.
So is a crit just automatic max damage or
Double damage.
Double the dice.
Yeah, double your damage dice.
Right.
Plus your modifier.
So,
Yep.
Gotcha.
All right. So, yeah, Goblin 5 is toast. Warm, buttery toast. Anything else? You still have some movement left, so you could step forward some more if you wanted.
Then, yeah, I will step forward in the direction of Sigurd on that goblin that he's directly in front of.
Okay.
And I don't have any other actions I can take, right?
I don't know if you have anything you can do on a bonus action yet. I don't think
Okay.
so.
That's fine. I figured I just had the one attack anyway.
Tommen.
All right, step up here, and no need to get fancy. We'll just stick to the weapons.
All right. Nice. Down goes Goblin 7. No. Sorry. Goblin 2. 7 damage to Goblin 2.
And then I'll move through over to here.
Okay. Phil's turn.
Sorry, I was on mute. So I'll advance, and from here, let's see. I'm gonna fire a longbow or a short bow.
All right.
At goblin number 4.
That's it.
And give him some damage.
Heavily damaged.
And I think that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, I am gonna scooch up here and whack this guy with my sword.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. And that's it for me.
Alrighty.
All right. So, can you describe this cart that we're pushing? Is Goblin 4 in front of it?
Yes. It is in the space directly below Tomlin and the next space. So if we did like a... Could do like... It is currently occupying... These two spaces.
All right. I'm going to rush forward, push the cart. I'm going to try and run over Goblin 4 with it.
Okay. You're raging, so you get advantage on your strength check.
Yep. So you want to... What, you want athletics?
Yes.
Strength?
All right. 1 second.
Yep.
So your default ability to push things
Yeah, I can push things that are a size larger than me or something. It's a weird ability.
Come on, Nemelak. Really? Okay, so you can push half of it by yourself, just normally pushing things. With a check like that, I would say yes. Especially since you're raging, you can move the cart forward 3 squares. So 1, 2, 3. Goblin 4. Get a dex save. Failed it, and is crushed by the wagon.
You get an opportunity attack from Goblin 1.
Yeah, you would take that.
That'll be turn.
All right.
Nice.
And Goblin 1's actual turn is going to be to turn his blade toward Kozgath and miss. Goblin 6 is going to use a disengage bonus action and run like a bat out of hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Someone's gonna say, "Nice one." That wee gobshake's feeling the weight of his responsibilities.
Awesome. Someone take inspiration for that.
Nice.
If you scroll to the right, you can see where the goblin is running to. Mark is up.
I will move to attack the goblin that's engaged with Kozgath.
Cool. That's a miss. Anything else?
Nope, that'll do it.
All right. You hear a hawk's cry pierce the air as a bird swoops overhead to survey the battlefield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tommen?
Then move up next to the sled and cast Sacred Flame on the hawk, assuming it's in range. 45, yeah.
Okay.
Gotta move some maps. Here we go. Oh, come on. Attack. Nope. Pass. Fail.
He failed, so that's a good thing.
Oh, he failed.
He
Yeah.
failed his saving throw.
Okay. Let's,
I absolutely hate how that's written. But it is what it is.
Never trusted those winged creatures. Unnatural for them to do in this environment.
You hear a goblin shriek with anger from the direction of the wagon. Anything else?
No, sorry. Just so proud of myself. I forgot to click the button.
Very good. I don't know if you have any movement left, but
I'm gonna hold.
all right, cool. Phil. Hit.
Don't you run from me, boy.
He did.
And let's see. Yeah, I'll just end turn for that.
Okay. I'm gonna finish off this little guy. All right. And I'm gonna go ahead and scooch up a little bit. 2, 6. All right, and my turn concludes.
Alrighty. Sigurd.
He's gonna run past the cart. He's gonna grab an iron ingot as he runs past, and he's gonna hold his turn. Something gets about, I don't know, like within probably like 6 squares.
Yeah.
He'll two-handed throw the ingot at it.
Okay.
Great.
Goblin 7 is going to scurry on top of the wagon. And hold his action. Goblin 8 is going to do the same. Mark is up.
I have lost my desktop. It stopped sharing when we had timed out.
Can you see the stream?
No. That's what timed out
Oh, okay.
for me. I have a vague recollection of what the maps look like, though. Are there any more goblins on the front? Like,
No.
have any more started to appear in response?
Just back by the wagon, there are 3 goblins and 2 polar bears.
Okay. Yeah, then I will, assuming that I've got enough movement to do so, I will cross enough ground to catch up to Sigurd and just kind of, like, be a square behind him. I'll let him take point, seeing as how he seems to be quite engaged in the process at the moment.
It's best not to disturb an artist at work.
All right.
Agreed.
The female goblin who let the hawk go is lighting a torch. Thomas' turn.
All right, I think I'm just going to double movement forward.
Okay. So 10 squares on a double? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry.
Phil?
All right, let's see. I can go 7 squares with my movement, and I think from here that should be range. I'm gonna give Isobai a little tickle from behind.
All right. That's a miss.
Well, I tried to. I just said something rude, and that's my turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use a dash to get to this position here, and I think that's it.
All right, Sigurd?
All right. Oops. Move to 6 and throw the ingot at Isabai's general direction.
All right. Give me a attack roll, strength-based attack roll.
Okay. In that case, I'm just going to use my great axe attack for the die.
Sure.
Sound right?
Okay. And it goes whizzing past her.
That looked really cool.
All right. Goblin 7 is stuffing his pockets, as is Goblin 8. Mark, you are about 6 squares behind the party right now.
Okay. Was there a goblin within 6 squares?
There is not.
Okay, then I will move to catch up with the party.
All right. Izobai squawks, "Go away! Take wagon! Go!" And she's menacing her goblin wagon with the torch she has in her hand. The polar bears are nervous and growly. Tomlin? There's an L in your name. I'm sorry. That's the dwarvish pronunciation. I don't know what to tell you.
Yep, the H is silent. So's the L. I'm not sure what's about to happen. Let's see. Let's just cast Sacred Flame on Goodbye. She's menacing with the torch. See if she has an accident with it.
Okay,
That's
you
it.
hit.
So that's a hit. Okay. Nice.
She is wounded. She does drop the torch onto the wagon she's standing on.
Not flammable.
All right.
Phil.
1, 3, 4.
Yeah, that'll be it. Oh, I probably should move.
All right, so I'm going to move in range. Now, I think I can pull this off. If I send a message, a creature can understand me. So,
Okay.
therefore, I'd like to use a message cantrip to the lead polar bear, but I want to use a persuasion on it to convince it that the other polar bear keeps taking more food and is going to keep doing it and doesn't think very much of him, hoping to provoke an attack.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Ready? Very persuasive.
Now, does it understand is the real question. It does not understand.
I think that took up all my time on my turn.
It's a clever idea, though. Kazgeth.
Okay. Give me just a moment here. Okay, I'm going to throw a javelin at the Izobai.
All right.
And it missed.
She's my lady.
Okay. I'm gonna pass them.
Bill's ruse work?
It did not work.
Does it look like the cart is catching fire?
The cart is catching fire. She appears to have tossed the torches into some straw beds inside. The torch into some straw beds inside.
Really? That's so weird. All right. I'll move and throw a hand axe when I get close.
All right. Oh, nice. Head axe to your face. All right, Goblin 7 is going to run like hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 because of the jump down. Goblin 8 is going to go in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mark, goblins are fleeing in either direction. The polar bears look like they're about to bolt as well.
Okay. And they're still attached to the wagon, right?
They are the burning wagon.
Okay. Are the flames... I will, move towards the wagon and try and, cut them free. And just let them bolt.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we'll see. Do that. Give me an animal handling check, please. I guess let me find and roll that for you.
That would be a +1 to a d20.
Okay, they do not interpret your hurried approach as aggressive.
Sweet.
And next being their turn, they bound away. Tommen?
I'm gonna step up next to Phil and excuse me, sir. Cast Sacred Flame against Goblin 7. He's fleeing.
He saved.
I can't stand a coward.
Phil?
I get what you mean about those cowards. With that, take aim. Oh, hang on a sec. Gotta move a combat tracker. Slippery little son of a gun. And while I'm at it, I'll sprinkle a little bardic inspiration on Tommen. And that's my turn.
Okay. I guess I will dash and try to catch this guy over here.
Okay.
All right, and that's all I can do.
I'm gonna run up here. I'll pull the great axe from the goblin's head.
Okay.
Finish my movement. I'm gonna toss it at Goblin 7 here.
Hey, if anyone wants to put that wagon out, we could use that thing.
What do you use the bardic inspiration? What's your inspiration die?
Believe it's a D10.
No.
D6. Excuse me.
Yeah, sounds right. Does a 19 hit?
It does.
Yes, sir.
And down he goes. Goblin 8 tosses his arms down to the ground. Let's see, I want to click a button. Throws his weapons down, drops on his hands and knees, and begins groveling at Kazgev's feet. Squeak, don't die! Squeak, don't die! Mark?
I will. How close is this groveling goblin?
About 7 squares away. 8. You can.
Okay. Five, 20 feet. Then Squig should chase after his bears.
Okay.
And I will move to help put out any flames on the wagon that are still burning. Just scoop snow up there or something.
All right. I will help you recover some treasure later. So yeah, the bears are going to run unless somebody wants to do anything about that. That leaves us with Tommen. Tommen. Ooh, spelling changed. Tommen.
I don't know if that would help or not.
Uh,
So Goblin 8 is pleading for its life?
Indeed.
Alright, I think I'll just approach the wagon.
All right.
See what I see. See if I can help out with the flames and whatnot.
Phil?
Throw some ice on it. Throw some snow on it.
Yep.
Phil?
So if the wagon's being put out, I'm going to proceed to start looting corpses. Going back to the first sled, there are those goblins there.
All right.
Any and all corpses are being looted.
Kazgath?
Okay, so what I would like to do is attempt to grab his weapon and yank it out of his hand and throw it off in a direction where he can't easily get to it. What kind of roll should I do for that sort of action?
You can just do that with your interaction. He dropped him to his side earlier, so it's just skipping it and tossing it. No roll. I mean, unless you want to do
roll,
something
you said?
amazing.
Okay.
You don't need one. If you want to roll to see like how far you throw it or something, we could. But no, it's thrown.
Okay. Okay. That's about as far as I plan things.
Okay.
I guess I want to get him back over to the group. Does throwing away his weapon count as my turn's action?
No, that's fine. You can do it for free.
Okay. Then I would like to grab him by an arm and roughly bring him back over toward the wagon.
Okay. He puts up no resistance.
Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I think we're out of combat unless Sigurd wants to do something.
Yes, of course. I'm gonna try and reattract these polar bears. So I'm gonna go up to wherever that goblin fell. I think it's like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Take the hand axe, pull it out of him, take an
Mhm.
arm, and then move as far as I can and throw the arm back towards him and yell, "Feed!"
All right. Give me an animal handling check on that.
That not a skill I usually pick.
Oh, so close. Do you see that? Rolled right
Yeah, I
past the
saw it.
20.
I saw it.
Ah. Now they still take off running. Sorry.
I'm gonna drop rage.
All right. So, off of combat into just roleplay turns. Squeeg thanks his kind master for being so gracious and compliments you on your strength and asks if you need your boots shined.
Hold on, he's talking to me.
Yes.
And we can understand and communicate with this goblin.
He's speaking in broken common, but he does speak common.
I see. No, I don't want my boots shined, and I turn to the group um, and solicit input. What should we do with this? I don't know what to call him. I'm at a loss for words. I'm sorry. What do we do with this goblin?
Well done, laddie. You caught one. Are you going to make him a pet?
No, I don't want a pet. But it feels wrong to kill him.
Thought maybe you were going to eat him.
I'm not hungry right now.
Tell us what you're doing out here. It makes a threatening gesture at the little goblin.
We survive like anyone else. We need food. Cold outside.
Yeah, so you must be doing some important work. Who do you work for?
He points at the body of the dead goblin. She the boss.
Nice.
And who did he work for?
She lead our tribe.
Lead.
He's got a bit of a head today.
Was this all of you? Where's the rest of your tribe?
Everybody dead. Freeze. Food for polar bears. Fight yetis.
Fight Yeti. We're out here chasing a Yeti too. Where did you see him?
all over. They like the hills.
Hey, Bob, I just
Mhm.
rolled insight to see his true intentions, to see if he's completely on the level and just wants to save his life.
Yeah, he'll do or say anything to prevent you from killing him at this very moment.
Excellent. So now that he's there, I'm going to roll a persuasion check. Shit. Well, it was a very weak case of asking him if he wanted to carry our gear and be our group's mascot.
Yeah, he readily agrees.
Sweet. Is it Squeak or Squig? What's the name?
I believe it was Squig.
Yep.
No, it's Squeak from now on.
Thank you,
Your new name is Squeak.
Squeak. Much better name.
Well, Squeak, why don't you start by helping us clean up this mess and loading this cart to take back?
He gladly does. So the treasure that you can recover from the wagon, as well as everything recovered from the goblins, is on the party sheet.
Anyone want a bone whistle?
I'd kind of like it. It's just something else I could play. If no one cares.
I'll second that. Don't care.
No objections.
Nope.
Thanks.
Why didn't that work?
Capital F. Do you have to type the whole name?
Usually
I just
you
grab
don't
it?
have to.
Can I just grab it and drag it to inventory?
I don't know.
I don't think so. There he goes.
I just did.
All right,
Okay.
2 potions of animal friendship. Anyone care for animals? No takers?
Not especially.
Someone
No.
wants to pick up the iron ingot that you threw, that Sigurd threw,
Okay.
and inspect it.
All right. Potion of animal friendship. I'll take those, I guess. And then a sealskin pouch. Cloth or leather pouch can hold 20 sling bullets or 50 blowgun needles, among other things. A compartmentalized pouch for holding spell components. It's called a component pouch. Anyone want a pouch?
I mean, I'll take it if no one wants it.
Sounds
Sure.
good.
But
Go for it.
Tillman, anyone else objections?
Fine with me.
All right, there we go.
I wonder if you guys are not a party. Yeah, that's the problem.
I was able to drag it to my equipment and it worked fine.
There it goes. All right, and dividing up the coin and increasing these amounts so it does divide up. There you go. So the ingots are reasonably high quality iron, each weighing about 2 pounds and stamped with the foaming mug symbol of the Battlehammer clan.
Very
What?
famous
What-
in Icewind Dale.
Yeah, what would the local dwarf know about the battle hammer? Battle hammer, Jason?
You would know a Brunner Battlehammer.
Absolutely. Clan Battlehammer is a clan of shield dwarves based in Mithril Hall, ruled by a king of Battlehammer blood.
That would seem to match the story, and that would be the same dwarves we saw earlier.
Yeah.
No business there.
No. Seems to match.
Well, I guess we need to load up the sled and head back.
Now, do we want to slog back 4 miles with the cart? Or do we press on to East Haven because we're pursuing someone?
I thought the whole point was to get the cart back to the dwarves. The immediate point, that is.
We could send somebody ahead towards East Haven to scout.
It's not a good idea to split up out here.
Okay. So, assuming that you head back with the cart, Sigurd can push half of it himself, but it weighs 900 pounds. So, you need a total of 900 pounds of pushing weight to move it.
I can definitely help push.
Yeah, as long as there's 2 or 3 of you, it's no trouble.
I'll also help push since
Yeah.
I'm strengthy.
And I'll sit on top and play my bone whistle.
All right. Well,
You know, that's not helping as much as you think it is. But it is lovely.
Let's put the goblin out front where the polar bears were and make him pull, and we can all keep an eye on him.
No, we're in the cart, not the goblin wagon, right?
Oh, right. We're in the sled that they were pushing. Correct.
Should we bring the wagon back? I'm sure that's worth something. Is it burnt up, or is it
I mean,
still?
if it's being pulled by 2 polar bears, then I don't know if we could pull that and the other wagon.
no,
Bob?
it's burnt up pretty good. You were able to sort through it and get what meager treasure you found, but it burned for a while before you got it put out. Okay, so upon returning, they gleefully thank you and herald you as heroes. Passing out 6 bloodstones and 15 gold. Assuming that's adequate payment, does everybody want one of the stones?
I think that's fair.
Yeah, there's 6
What
of
are
them.
bloodstones, by the way?
It's a gemstone worth 50 gold.
So
Similar
opaque,
to-
dark gray with red flecks in color. Very, very nice.
What does it do?
It's just a stone.
Okay.
So there's going to be one left over.
If it's just a stone and doesn't have any like abilities, I'll trade the stone for some of that iron.
Well, they'll happily let you take some ingots.
The extra bloodstone to Kozgeth
Okay.
for safekeeping. Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
Okay. Also, they point out that since this iron was meant for black iron blades here in Bryn Shander, you can get a 10% discount on all goods from that shop afterward.
What was the name of that shop?
Black iron,
Iron Blades.
blades.
And
And
just while we're here, Korax was one of our dwarf friends. What were the other two's names? You said them, but I didn't capture them earlier.
sure, 1 second. I will type them for you.
And how many iron ingots should I add to my inventory?
Whoops. Ha, I said that in Goblin. That's funny. I don't know. How many are you asking for?
I don't know. I don't know what an iron ingot's worth, but I guess if it was 50 gold for the bloodstone or whatever.
Damn it. No, they're not. They're not worth that much. They're 5 silver pieces each.
Okay.
Runa, Korax, and Storn.
Thank you.
Looks like iron is 1 silver per pound.
Yeah, these ingots are worth. They weigh 2 pounds and they're worth 5 silver each.
And the bloodstones were worth how much?
50 gold.
That's a lot of iron. We'll call it 10 ingots. I don't know if I can carry more than that.
20 pounds of iron.
Already wearing. I just want, as a as a smith, I guess I want to have something I can make something into later.
Okay, fair enough. 10 ingots it is. Okay, so that will conclude tonight's adventuring. And having completed a quest for one of the 10 towns, everyone levels to 2.
Yay.
Nice. Good game. I'm going to take off.
Cool. I'm going to leave the server up and running. If anybody has any questions or needs any help leveling up, let me know. The Fantasy Grounds way to do it is to grab the class, drag and drop it on your character.
How do I go about leveling up on D&D Beyond? Would I go to the builder or?
Yeah, I think you edit the character and increase its level.
All right, y'all. I'm out. Good night.
Thanks for coming. Have a
Yep.
good one.
You too.
So, Bob, if I see this correctly, now that I have Jack of all trades, do I just go to all of my proficiencies and put a half on it?
Yes.
Sweet!
Okay. Bob, how's your knowledge on fighting styles?
It's good.
So gives me 4 options: defense, dueling, great weapon, and protection. I don't necessarily need great weapon because I just plan on using a standard longsword. So what are the benefits of, say, protection, dueling, and defense?
1 second, and I'll read them to you. So protection, if you are standing next to someone, you can use your reaction to cause disadvantage on attack rolls to that person if you're wearing a shield. So you can basically make it harder to hit somebody who's standing beside you.
Gotcha. And that's with the protection style or the defense style?
That's protection.
Okay.
Defense gives you a flat +1 AC anytime you're wearing armor.
Okay.
Dueling says when you have one melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons, you get +2 to damage.
Hmm. Okay. Cool. I think I'm going to take. So with the defense, as long as I'm only using one weapon, that's a +1 to AC, correct?
No, that's anytime you're wearing armor. One weapon,
Oh.
two weapon, no weapons. Yeah, the one weapon thing is dueling.
Gotcha. Okay. And with the, I think I'm guessing on how disadvantage works. So if it's disadvantage, they've got to roll 2d20 to hit, and they have to take the lower roll of the two.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to take protection then.
All right, Bob. I'm out also.
All right, Brian. See you tomorrow.
Thanks. Good fun. See you tomorrow.
Okay. Well, thanks, Bob. This was fun.
Absolutely, sir. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Hey, Babu.
Yes, sir.
So I get a channel divinity and new divine domain feature. It looks like I get another spell slot. Where does that show up? Do I have to like manually add the spell slot or something?
Yes, if you go to preparation under actions,
Preparation.
then you can edit your spell slots. Which divine domain are you taking?
So forge domain cleric.
All right, cool.
Sticking with the blacksmithing kind of a thing, but because I picked clan crafter, I basically have proficiency in like all the things crafty. Brewer supplies, which will be interesting since I saw that there was, or you said there was a foamy mug of ale or something on these ingots.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have smith's tools, and I'm supposed to have, although they're not in the inventory, I may have to go add them. Maybe they didn't come over from D&D Beyond. But yeah, I should have the leather workers tools as well because of the between all the dwarven and clancrafter things plus the forge domain. I should have all that stuff. Will those things be in items? Leather workers tools, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. One of the features that I guess I get now, where'd it go? Is besides the like spells that come with the forge domain. Where'd it go? The ability to like magically make things with Artisan's Blessing. So we'll have to figure that out, but I don't know if that's a spell or if I just it'll all be out of combat, obviously. So I guess we'll have to just talk through like what I might be making. have to lay out the equivalent metal equal to the value of the item you want to make,
Okay.
and
Interesting.
then it's basically like, instead of going and buying it, I can make the thing. If I spend like an hour or something praying. then I
Okay,
can-
so you get Identify and Searing Smite as always prepared spells.
Yep. So
You
that's like
gain-
a auto magic detector, I guess.
Well, I mean, Identify takes a spell slot, but it will tell you exactly what the properties of a given item are. You gain proficiency with heavy armor. So should you find plate, you could wear it.
Yeah, that's what I'm probably going to make first, is some plate armor with my Artisan's Blessing. If we can find armor, because I can, with Artisan's Blessing, I can make a non-magical item that includes some metal, weapon, simple weapon, martial weapon, suit of armor, ammunition, tools, or a lot of other things, another metal object. But it specifically says must include some metal, so I guess it doesn't have to be entirely metal.
Right?
And then it just has to be no more than 100 gold pieces. And so I don't know how much that iron armor is worth, but it's probably not worth enough to make plate. Guess I'd have to go look
No.
that up.
Yeah, plate's super expensive.
Super expensive. Okay. So maybe we'll be saving that one, but I was kind of keeping with the backstory of being a sort of gear guy for Phil and his crew.
Yeah, that's really cool. Anything with metal in it you can make as long as you can pay for it somehow.
Yeah. Yep.
Which, I mean, I guess, so it says,
Which could be like leather armor and stuff, as long as like it's studded leather, I guess. It just would need to have some metal on it.
yeah, and I mean, it would have buckles and straps and such, right?
Yeah. And then I can make a duplicate of a non-magical item, like a key or something, which could be cool.
But you have to lay out metal
Like for
that
like,
is equal to value. So,
yeah,
like laying out a suit of leather armor wouldn't be sufficient because there's probably not enough valuable metal in it.
right.
However,
I
did you start with chainmail?
I have to go look and see what I actually picked. I think the D&D Beyond's not 100% synced with. Yeah, I have chainmail. So maybe I could lay out the chainmail plus some of these iron.
That's what I was. Well, all right. Chainmail is only 75 gold.
I don't know how much plate. I'm gonna go look and see what plate costs. Non-magical. So
Plate's 1,500.
okay. Yeah, that's a ways. Armor class 18.
Still super cool to be able to like reforge your armor.
Yeah. So I don't know. It'll be a while, but if I get enough money, maybe I can. It's weird because it's like, well, you could just go buy it if you had the coin, but if we find enough other things, like.
Well, okay. So here's something we didn't think about though. Which we probably should. So there's no. It's the value or the worth of the item. Let's check the language here.
Let me go back.
With a value equal to the creation. So scimitars, for example, are worth 25 gold pieces each.
So I'd have to just like collect every piece of metal. I basically become like a scrap metal dealer. Like have to collect any metal from any creature we kill.
But here's the thing. Weapon, suit of armor, 10 pieces of ammunition, set of tools, or another metal object.
Could I craft my way into? I guess you couldn't because you would just you. It's whatever you start with. You can't like make value out of
Why not?
metal you don't have.
Doesn't say it has to stay the same kind of metal.
Hmm. Yeah, I've been. I just need to figure out a way to. Because I mean, in theory, you could like take the skis of the metal. I guess it's not just the quantity of metal; it's the value. So like scrap iron and stuff from like those burnt out sleds probably wouldn't actually help because it would just be like iron or metal by the pound. But I guess there is a value for steel. Maybe that's what I should do is collect steel because it's 4 gold per pound.
So how much? It's interesting. I'm just looking at like jeweler's tools, right?
Right.
25 gold for 2 pounds.
I know. I found this. The old dungeonmaster.com has like a bunch of stuff about all the different mithril, platinum, silver, steel, adamantine, like all this randomness. But I would assume some of those pieces from sleds would be steel. Maybe not.
I see what you're thinking.
Like I'm thinking, if we had like scrapped the runners off off that wagon, like those would be very heavy. And if they were steel, then might be able to make that work. But yeah, it's basically like you like sacrifice some metal to remake it, but the values have to be the same.
I'm strategizing here. 1 second. All right. And this column would equal gold pieces per pound. And your best one is, yeah, the jeweler's tools.
So I could make jeweler's tools.
Or a loot.
Interesting.
Ooh, viol, but is there a metal viol? Probably not. Oh, loot is probably not metal either.
Because what I see is that you have to lay out the value for the material, not the value of the item necessarily. So I don't know how we work that exactly. But
Well, that's what I'm reading. So as part of this ritual, you must lay out metal, which can include coins, with a value equal to the creation.
which yeah, it's a value equal to the creation. So we interpret that as like jeweler's tools are not very much metal, so it's only like 1 pound.
No, I mean, so let's say that you have 25 times 8, 200 gold worth of scimitars laying around in the snow, right? What could you do to quote unquote compress those into something much more portable? Well, splint. You could turn it into a suit of splint armor for 200 gold.
I think I have 100 gold limit, but yeah, I think I see where you're going, right?
Oh shit, there's a 100 gold limit, so you could never make plate out of it.
Oh, the thing you create can be something that is worth no more than 100 gold. Well, shit. I don't know. Plate's a lot more than that. Oh well.
But still, like, you could quote unquote compress these things. And I don't know if you can change the type of gold or the type of metal.
Yeah, I think so. You must lay out metal, which can include coins. Value equal. The metal irretrievably coalesces and transforms into the creation at the ritual's end, magically forming even non-metal parts of the creation. I don't know. It seemed like we figure out something cool to do with it. I was hoping to kind of do more than just create simple and martial weapons for the crew, but because I mean, obviously everyone's going to want magical weapons at some point. So we'll have to figure out if we can do something cool with it or not. But
Yeah. I have to look into this. This is interesting.
yeah,
Can make it. You could at least turn them into coins.
yeah, it does seem like you could at least make some fake coins.
Okay.
Which might be worth more than just selling them. I don't know. We'll have to just.
Yeah, because
Think
you
about
usually, you'd sell for half, right?
Oh, okay. Well, that could be good. So, I mean, the other thing would be like if we get somewhere where we can't find that particular weapon, or someone's weapon breaks, which I don't know, maybe doesn't happen, but I could remake that